Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Sisivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe. Krishnam Kamalapatracham Punyasravana Kirtanam Vasudevam Jagadyonim Naumi Narayanam Harim Namostu Te Vyasa Visala Buddhe Fullaravindaya Tapatranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna Prajvalito Gnanamaya Pradipaha. So today we have the chance to study and learn something from Vidura, who is the wisest person among the characters in Mahabharata. And a story tells how at all this Mahabharata came into being. People say that the Mahabharata started with the dog and ended with the dog. So that is to say, in Sanskrit it's called Sarameyaha, Swanaha. And the story goes that when Janamejaya Maharaja was performing Sarpayaga and completed and stopped it up being completely hurt, then he wanted very much to note down about his about Dharmaraja and all that. Then he asked the Vyasa Bhagavan to narrate to him the Mahabharata. And so why that kind of thing? Because suddenly when they were doing the yaga, yagna, suddenly a dog came, and so it was driven away with being beaten. And the dog went to her mother and said, "Look, Amma, I have not done anything. I just entered inside the yagnashala. But these people have driven me and beaten me very much, so I'm sad." Then the mother of the dog, Sarameya, Sarama is the name of the mother. The Sarama Devi went to Janamejaya and asked why at all, when the dog has just entered but he has not touched anything he has not done, but why at all you do it? Then the Janamaya said, people are afraid that it may touch and defile the yagna sambharas and all that. Then when it has not done any kind of offense, it is bad. It is not justice, O Maharaja, to do that, and so on. And then we consider a dog to be embodiment of Dharma, which Dharmaraja used to always take it. And when he was making a dog walking also, ultimately the dog was Yamadharmaraja himself. So there are so many interpretations. Anyway, so that there is that kind of the origin of Mahabharata. There are so many stories, and this is one of them which I heard about it. Now let's go to the Viduraneethi, and where Vidura and Dhritarashtra come in dialogue for a long time, because it was not easy for Dhritarashtra to get a kind of hope and peace and confidence in him because he was gripped by the fear that Dharmaraja and his brothers will again wage war and kill all his sons, and therefore he will be son free or sonless, though there were 100 of them. Then Vidura was trying to give him good ideas, but he was a librarian, Dhritarashtra, and therefore he could not know more about it, and he could not do it. But anyway, this is only for Loka. Vidhuraneethi, Bhagavad Gita, Anugita, Uddhava Gita, this is Gita Sahitya, only two Gitas come into that. Mahabharata from Mahabharata. Anugita and Uddhava Gita comes from Bhagavatam. Anyway, so we are in the 36th, 7th chapter of Vidhuraneethi, 55 mantra, 55 sloka and onwards, and he is trying to advise the kind of people and about whom he has to be very judicious in judging them. Now I am reading this sloka number 54. Navai bhinna jatu charanti dharmam navai sukham prapnuvanti iha bhinna navai bhinna gaurave manayanti navai bhinna prasamam rochayanti navai tesham sudate patyamuktam योगक्षेमं कल्पते नोत तेषां भिन्नानां वै मनुजेन्द्र परायणं न विद्यते किंचित् अन्यत् विनाशात्. 56 श्लोका. संभाव्यं गोषु संपन्नं संभाव्यं ब्राह्मणे तपः संभाव्यं स्त्रीषु चापल्यं संभाव्यं ज्ञातितो bhayam. So look here, those people who never practice virtues at all. See, jatu dharmam charanti, and again jatu sukham prapnavanti, jatu gauravam manayanti, and jatu na prasamam rochayanti. This is the kind of people who are never honoring these people. So therefore, for them, there cannot come at all these things. That is dharma, shanti, gauravam, and prasama. So all these four things will never come to those people who never practice any kind of suguna, gunas. Actually, we have got guna, suguna, and durguna. Sattva, raja, tamo. So sishta, dushta, sudushta. So like that, people are choosing this kind of behavior, and those who continue to be like that will be in problem. That's why such persons who can never practice virtue, they never enjoy the happiness in this world, nor honor in this world, nor any kind of peace in the world. And moreover, they don't have any charm for these things at all. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನನಗೆ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿರುವ ಬಾಧೆನೂ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ. So that is how difficult. So that's why they are called murkhas. So alpamba swalpamba dharmam acharet. That's why in Gita, Krishna tells you the swalpamapyasya dharmasya prayate mahato bhayat anta. See, swalpa adru, the dravya dharma, if you were to practice, it will enhance in its magnitude and protect you from dangers. బట్ ధర్మానే ಮಾಡದೇ ఇದ್ರೆ ధర్మమే చేయకుండా ఉంటే ఆర్ అటువంటి బుద్ధి గురించి కూడా తెలుసుకోకుండా అలా ప్రజల్ని హింసిస్తూ స్వార్థాన్ని పెంచుకుంటూ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఎటువంటి సంతోషము జీవితంలో ఉండదు. ఎప్పుడూ భయమే ఉంటుంది వాళ్ళకి. అండ్ సెకండ్లీ, ఎవరు ఆనరింగ్ కూడా ఉండదన్నమాట వాళ్ళకి. అండ్ వాళ్ళు ఎవరు ఆనర్ చేయరు, వాళ్ళకి సీట్స్ ఉండదు. కాబట్టి ఇంకా another more points he will tell, that is, in this sentence, in this advice, what you are going to do is that Dhritarashtra is being indirectly chided by Vidura. Because Vidura is a Maharaja Chakravarti. Vidura, maybe brother or maybe minister, they cannot directly scold them, but it is indirectly. Parotshanga tittu untar. So at least an intelligent person will be able to understand all those teachings are with reference to them only. Therefore, they should be very careful about it. And people who look upon, who come across such people, they should also be very careful to judge. That's why there is an English proverb. See, a man and fish smell immediately. So you can judge a man immediately. A fish also, the smelling happens. The moment you look, that's why the moment you look at a man, you will imagine. There are people who never enjoy peace at all, who never show that show happiness in their face at all. They never know that they are completely away from the normal happiness, and something or the other will be bothering them in their head, and they hate people, they get hated by people. So that all will happen, and therefore what is the kind of life? They also live the life, they also eat, they also do all the mano karmas, mundane, but they are not having an elevation at all. That's why in the next sloka, 55, he says, Navaitesham sodate patyam bhuktam yogatshemam kalpate neti tesham bhinnanam va vai manujendra parayanam na vidyate kinchid anyat vinasyanat. So bhinna means who are deviating from the normal behavior. So they cannot improve, they cannot expect anything except that they die, except that they perish, except that they get ruined. Because when they are not, when they are, somebody will shoot at them, somebody will do something. What are those things? Who are those people? Punyam, yogatshemam, na vidyate. So those people who do not love punyam, who don't love, that is swadate punyam. Tesham punyam na swadate. That means they don't like any punya karma. If at all anybody is doing punya karma, they will try to stop him, prevent them. And such people, supposing you want to go to temple, you want to do some puja, you want to do some dhanam, you want to do something, all those things are considered as the punya karmas that will uplift you and take you to the higher pedestals. But they don't like it. They don't want to go to temple. They don't want to go meet big people. They don't want to go to talk to learned people. They don't want attend any seminars. I mean, nothing like that. All punya karmas they don't do. So they are just stupids, fools. And again, those who do not think of getting yoga and kshema for themselves or for the others. So, tesham na uta kalpate yoga kshemam. Such type of people who do not want to be social. And even in the society, there are social people, there are non-social people, there are asocial people. This is how English people will say. Asocial people are harmful than the other two categories. So here that's why yoga and kshema. Yoga is gain, kshema is security, protection. And Manujendra, oh, best among all Manujas, Manuja. See, you are all among best among the human beings. See, to be a citizen of the country or to be ruler of the country, he must be Indra. Indra, Amsha or Indra Ashirvada, without it, you can never become higher rank obtaining. Therefore, when you are a Bhinna, even though you are a Manujendra, there is no other resort. Parayanam is resort, but only Nasanam. So the same idea is being expressed in different ways by so many Subhashtakaras and so many people. For example, Bhartrihari is a great popular poet and also a Subhashta Bhandagara's contributor. So he says that Sarvasya aushadham asti murkhasya nasti aushadhamam. See, for a snake bite or a scorpion bite or all that, for human bite, there is no medicine at all. So that's why we should avoid. The human bite means you don't know how human beings try to cheat you, deceive you, harm you, kill you even. So that's why murkhasya nasti aushadham and manujasya nasti aushadham. So like that it is said here also. Vidura is telling that counsels that are for their benefit, please them not. They never consult, they never acquire any punyam, they never love that, and so they don't at all succeed in this. So therefore, what is the end of all these people? The end of all people is they will have death. They will have ruining. They can't save everything. So bhinnanam na vidyate anyatu vinashat. And ultimately vinasham is there. That is, they will be completely ruined. Those people who do a lot of atrocities, harming and all that, they're all Rakshasa Buddhi. Though they may be humans, but they have got the Rakshasa Buddhi. I told you in our when Prahlada was asked by gods and others to come to Vaikuntha, to go to Vaikuntha and stay there happily in the purview of Lord Vishnu, then Prahlada is a wonderful fellow, and he said, "No, no, no. You see, my Prahlada Narasimha Swami has killed only my father. And just by killing my father, the Dharma cannot be upheld, Narayana Smriti cannot be promoted, nor practiced by all people. So there are hundreds of people still in my country, in my kingdom, who are similar to of Hiranyakasipu. He has trained them all. So I have to become them, the king, and see slowly all people are converted into the motto of Narayanaya Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaya. They all got used to saying Namo Hiranyakasipe. Therefore, Prahlada is being lauded because he is Mahavishnu Bhakta. But still, he never forgot his own duty as a prince, or as going to be the Chakravarti of these. So he has done his duty upon the earth as much as possible, and then only he got moksha. That's why even today, Prahlada is one of the Mahavishnu Bhaktas. And Sankaracharya praises Prahlada as Prahlada Narada Parasara. So Prahlada is the top ranking Bhakta. So why I am telling is this is that when Manujendras are not Bhinnas, they will definitely get benefited. If the Manujendras are Bhinnas, they don't love Punyam, they don't love Yoga Kshema of themselves and the people. If they don't if they don't love anything such positive quality, sattva guna, what would happen to them is they perish. Secondly, in the next sloka, 56, you see there are some beautiful qualities in the creation. Everybody has been given a dharma. ಸೊ ಆ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಪರಿಪಾಲನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ then there is no problem. But if you swerve from the dharma, then only problem comes. You see, if people are well behaved in a state, no more new rules are being made. No new rules. But if the people are virulent and rebellious and harmful, then only new rules have got to be introduced. So that's why the more factor, if you are dharmic, you are peaceful. For example, in this sloka, Goshu Sambhavyam Sampannam and Brahmane Tapaha Sambhavyam, Strishu Chapalyam Sambhavyam, and Gnatitaha Bhayam Sambhavyam. Sambhava andre it's possible to happen. So there are certain things which are possible to be in the people, in the objects of nature. One, see, milk is possible in all cows or otherwise kine. All female animals, all mothers have got the factor of supplying milk from their body to their kids. Therefore, milk is the dharma. Supposing there are some mothers don't suckle their babies, then it's very harmful and very bad. If not, they do like that, there will be breast problems also. Some people. So when the child is born, up to some time, they must be given milk. Similarly, the cows. The cow gives milk only not only to the calf, also for the people. And therefore, next mother to after mother to all beings is the cow's milk. So that's what it said that Goshu means in the animal kind, in the milk animals. Sampannam. Secondly, Brahmane tapaha sambhavyam. See, Brahmins only can take to asceticism, perform rituals, perform pujas, perform tapas, and do japam and all that. So there are 13 kinds of japams or means through which one can please the God. That's what Shankaracharya has given. Tapas means it's a hard job, but all people cannot go to Himalayas, sit in the cold and snow, and do any kinds of concentrated job as tapas. That set of people are different. But wherever you are there, mana eva karanam. If your mind is well trimmed, then you are wherever you are, it doesn't matter. For example, in Ramayana, Anjaneya was surveying the bedchambers and looking at the girl or the woman in the night sleeping or lying down on the ground around Ravanasura in different poses. But he was only looking for Sita. That was the tapas. And in that tapas, he has seen none. His mind was completely pure. His mind was only looking for Sita Devi. And having come out from the chambers, he went on reviewing himself or introspecting what I have done here. But he got an answer for himself that my mind was under my control, not otherwise. So, like that, here Vinashat vina nakinchit vidyate tesham. So for them, there won't be anything, but they perish. So Vidura, in other words, is going to tell, do some punyam and look for your yoga kshemam of you and others, and you try to do some kind of positive sattvic activity, and that's the indication to Mr. to our Dhritarashtra, but we don't know how much you will do for. Then the next sloka I am reading, that is 57. तन्तवो अपि आयतां नित्यं तन्तवो बहुलाः समाः बहून् बहुत्वाद् आयासान् सहन्त इति उपमा सताम्. So in this next sloka, it was Dhumayante Vyapetani Jwalanti Sahitani cha Dhritarashtroon Mukaniva Gnatayo Bharatarshabha. These two slokas are very nice because here, look at it. Tantavaha api ayataha nityam. Tantavaha bahulaha samaha. See, tantu is the thread or the aram or that. So, numerous thin threads of equal length and also from the strength of numbers and the constant rolling of the shuttlecock over them, you turn it into a strong cloth. So, similarly, you have to do that kind of trimming. See, you have when you roll, that's something like this. He now talks about the technology of weaving cloths. What about what is the patam or the cloth? The cloth contains a large number of numerous tantus which are of which are of equal length. See, tantavaha api ayataha nityam. The tantavaha, the connection, tantu means connections. The connections are always long enough, and tantus are not only long enough, but they are of equal length, because you cannot weave a cloth with uneven length things. If at all it is uneven, you will make it even, and then only weaving takes place. So in those days also, you observe the weaving factories and different kinds of cloth, the textiles, what you call. So Mahabharata, the culture, civilization, education, and many aspects are there in Mahabharata. When you are a student of Mahabharata, then you are able to learn good, bad, and different. One more, but Mahabharata teaches you a beautiful subhashitam that the entire earth on which we are all living is full of golden flowers. Suvarna Pushpa Urvi. See, Urvi is Suvarna Pushpa. It has got golden flowers. But you really see the gold flowers in the earth only when you are one of these three things. Surascha krutavidyascha yascha janati sorisevitam. Vyasa Bhagavan says one must be heroic, a kshatriya, a bold, a good warrior, and removed of the fear. For a warrior or a soldier, good soldier, war is no fear. That's exactly you will see the description of Hanuman when he was fighting with Rakshasas, different Rakshasas with large number of Senam. You came to put out Anjaneya, Hanuman, but any troop that was sent by Ravana with different capacities and power, all of them, and he was never tired. He was happily putting them out. And similarly, when Ammavaru, Durga Parameswari was fighting with the Mahisha and Mahisha Sainya, she was not tired. She was composed and fighting with all the enemies in all directions. So that is the spirit that one has to build up. And satam, that's what is the use of word, satam upama. So sahantim upama, that is bahun bahutvat. That is because of the numerous thin threads of equal length, and when they are collected together, they become competent enough to bear from the strength of the numbers, the constant rolling of the shuttlecock over them. So, you know that a serpent can be tied down by a by a large number, can be killed by a large number of ants or anything like that, because that samishti or the that society means where there is that kind of collectivity, unity, and all that. So unity is important. And numerous means bahu is unity. When you have got that kind of unity among people, with that unity, you will be able to be a good. But unity for a positivity is always there. And even relatives also become good for you when you are able to roll them down or behave properly. Otherwise, it is difficult. Imagine even a cart which has got two bulls to pull, and all the two bulls are brought together by putting that particular thing, tying them together to pull that. No bull can be independent. They will just draw the cart safe on the road. So like that, there should be that kind of unification, and unification is the numerous things, and that is what even the relatives also can be brought into a line when you are able to manage them with your behavior and all that. And in the next sloka 58, there is one more thing. And again, all the time you observe, you see, Dhumayante vyapetani jwalanti sahitani cha Dhritarashtra ulmukaniva gnatayo Bharatarshava. See, Dhritarashtra, Bharatarshava, these are all some of the Manujendra. Well, we should think about the addressals which Vidura is using in order to draw and also tell him some kind of uh, teaching. So he says that, yeah, Dhritarashtra, and not, you are only Bharata Sabha. That is, in Bharata Vamsha, among those who are born, you are really Srestha. O Dhritarashtra, and O bull of the Bharata race. So what would happen? Separated from one another, the burning brands produce only smoke. But brought together, they blaze forth into a powerful flame. See, dhumayante vyapetani. So those, for example, if the sticks, firewood in the Vedi or elsewhere was separated, then they only remain and they produce smoke. But supposing they are all brought together, and you try to blow air into them, they are burning very well, and they will also burn anything like that. No smoke, especially when we do homam. If the smoke is there, and all people will get out, except those people who have to offer good for the gods whom they invite, Agnaye, Swaha, and all that. We know that. That's why when you are using the fuel for the Agni, and you should be careful, they should be dry well. At the same time, they should be together to give you not smoke, but only the flame and fire. So he says, now Gnatayaha Ulkaniva. Beautiful. See, Dharmaraja, the Vidura compares the Suyodhana to be a Vulka, a comet, a blaze. So a comet or a fire will burn those people who are close by to him and who cannot be touched by them, who cannot be touched by him who are far away, but they will kill him. Ultimately, the smoke comes and all that. So, Vulkaniva is the comparison. Vulkani and the comet, or in the, so that nakshatras, among nakshatras also we have got that comets. So those comets are dangerous. Supposing lightning falls on something, they are all burnt out, tornado. If you have to be on the line that tornado going on, you are done for. Buildings or humans or trees or anything that is coming on the way to the tornado pathway, then you are done for. So your Dhritarashtra, your son Duryodhana is just like that kind of comet or nakshatra, the fire, who will burn all his brothers and all his Sainyam and all those people. But they cannot meddle Pandavas who are away from him, but pounce on him. Therefore, as Duryodhana is such a rascal, scoundrel in his own way, that he takes pride in killing 11,000 Akshauhini Sainyam, including the grandsires in his own on his side, like Drona, Krupa, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, and all those great. Bhishma also was hurt very much and he fell down. And Ashwatthama, because he is Chiranjeevi, he was hurt so much, he was banned and exiled, sent on exile, and lost of his own things, so that money which Ashwatthama. So for all that kind of devastation to his own people, who is responsible? It is only Duryodhana. Therefore, Bharatarshabha and Gnataya means relatives. So the relationship is maintained when you don't have jealous. But when you the relationships is murdered when you are gripped by the jealous. So he said that అసూయ ఒకటి ఉందంటే నీ బంధువులు ఎవరు ఎవరిని నువ్వు దగ్గర రానిచ్చవు, నిన్ను ఎవరు దగ్గర రానిచ్చరు. Nobody will take. That's why Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. So Kama, Krodha, Lobha, and among these Shat, the Matsarya is the only one thing that will entice all people, and people are murdered or taken away. See, some people are there who continue or sustain enmity since long for one dosha. That's why we say forget and forgive. That forget and forgive, Shama, Daya are very much. So some Christian fellow was telling that in Sanatana Dharma there is no Shama at all, or there is no Daya, there is no Krupa, only in Christianity and other people it is there. Ajnanam. See, one should read their own works and also try to have some knowledge about the parallels. Then only you will be able to understand. No, see, Sanatana Dharma existent even today because Daya, Karuna, Karuna Samudraha, Karunyavan, Karuna, so like that. The Karuna is the absence of the Matsara. The Matsarya dosha ilde idre, then you will be free and happy. And in the next sloka, 59, Brahmaneshu cha ye suraha strishu gnatishu goshu cha vrundadiva phalam pakvam dhritarashtra patantite. See, Brahmaneshu, strishu, gnatishu, goshu, pakvam phalam vrundadiva dhritarashtra patanti. See, if nobody is able to show any kind of happiness, peace and cooperation and daya and also understanding and freedom from jealous, they will all induce people, they will also die. So I think there's less than 1 minute. So I am going to conclude today because 40 minutes program, and I wish it becomes 1 hour, at least 20 more minutes. And now, Om, and we'll continue next. Om Swasti, Sarvam Shree Krishnarpanamastu, Sarvam Sri Matrucharanaravindarpanamastu, Om Tat Satu. Sarvam Sri Matrucharanaravindarpanamastu.